This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel, and this is a Superman, My Adventures of Superman review of episode 7 of X Games with Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Polixia. Hold on, not Polixia. Episode 7, episode 7, Mr. Mixpixia, Mr. Mr. Mixpelixia, or it's hard to say his name. Mr. Pelixia, and his wife are creating a games for creating games because they're doing getting a divorce. They're getting a divorce, but they're actually not. They're trying to fool Clark, Lois Lane, and Cora and Jimmy Flamebird here, or Jimmy Olsen, and Mixed Pelixia, or Mixed Pelixix. That's what I call him, Pelixix. Pelixix is trying to fool them, and Mrs. Pelixix is trying to fool them as well. And they're trying to do a game. They bring alternate versions of them from the future, and that kind of brings into a different mix. Throughout this whole thing, I still think Cora is just like well, she was my ex, now my friend. Um, she is in this episode more in this episode in this episode she's more like encouraging and understanding what the games and rules are because she's getting tired of these games. So she's understanding how to defeat these games. But also she's a person that doesn't understand most of the human culture and nature anyways because she was brainwashed by Brainiac. Why she reminds me of my friend is because she is outgoing, outbeat, does funny and weird things, and she's passionate about the people she cares about, especially Jimmy Olsen or Flamebird. Now, this version of Cora is different from the version you see in Supergirl, so she's also pretty fierce and pretty um, understandable of how she uses her powers and learning from Clark as much as she can. Now, Clark in this episode cannot really use his powers. He doesn't have powers. He lost his powers in the Death of Superman episode. But now you're only down to one super person, which is Cora, aka Supergirl, and the rest of them are just normal. But they figure out the way to get out of there. But they figure out that these games are just ways that mix Pelixia or mix I mean Mr. and Mrs. Picklix is just doing this to spice up their relationship and marriage, and it's nothing about them getting divorced or being exes. And that's a question about who's the person that they got all the ball. They had to do challenges, and they got little balls and little keys. And it says he said it was a sore loser, but they learn everything about this episode. They learn everything about each other and what they can do in the future. And then at the very end, you see their son Jonathan Kent with, I guess, his brother or his sister. It's not very clear, but this episode was a very good episode. The reason why I want to talk about this one because Mixie, I call him Mixie sometimes too. Mixie is a very interesting character. He's an imp, a three-dimensional imp, and then three-dimensional imps were mentioned in Superman with Corn Sweat. So you get to learn a little bit about these characters in here, and that's pretty much basically what it is. It's you learn about the three-dimensional imps and what they can do and what the powers are. And the powers are to manipulate and trick, you know, Clark Kent and the rest of the gang. And that's what they do kind of in Corn Sweat. You see a little bit of the eyeball. The eyeball was a trick in that movie. So, they do weird things like that. So, and they have insecurity. They learn about them insecurities. Like, I mean, Clark's like, what can I do without being Superman? And then Cora learns that she might end up being like the evil version of Supergirl that was in this, where they're facing off the evil version of themselves. And then Lois Lane becomes a general because they lost Clark or Superman. And and yeah, so pretty much. And then Flamebird, Jimmy Olsen Flamebird, just is a superpowered being. So, but they are insecure because they think they can become those people. And then Lois was um um Lex Luthor is regretting that he never listened to Superman or Clark Kent when they had him, and then he was only even the evil versions of them, or the future versions of them, they're kind of facing off with each other because they're kind of working for Mixie's wife. Um, didn't notice that Clark Kent was Clark Kent. I mean, didn't know Clark Kent was Superman. And everyone else was the one. Everyone else knew it. So that was kind of funny. But but yeah, they learned a lot about each other in this episode, and that's a pretty good thing going on to the next episode. The Death of Superman episode was my favorite one, but yeah, it is what it is. Because they really show much of the death of Superman. Like I said, all they showed was the death of Cyborg Superman, but he loses his powers in the process. So that's pretty much it for this episode, and that's all I have to say about this episode. Pretty much. It's been a very interesting, weird episode, but I enjoyed it. I think there's an episode tonight, I think. Hold on, let me check. July 25th. So that is actually today on Sunday. So it comes on Sunday, and I'll probably watch the next episode and maybe talk about it at some point. But I need to catch up on X-Men, and I'm going to see Superman. I mean, no, Spider-Man, not Superman, Spider-Man. And then this weekend, if I can, my best friend, and try to do the best I can with that. So I'm doing a vlog with that too. So we're going to do a vlog with that as well. I'm going to vlog out for you guys and maybe a couple episodes of Spider-Man stuff on here talking about Spider-Man. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. I might come back later for a movie that I found of Tom Cruise. But yeah, and again, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe. If you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. And deuces, and see you guys in the third dimension where these people are and where I am right now behind them. So see you guys in that dimension.